I was born in Hubei province, so where I was born, the town was very close to Wuhan. That's why most of my family right now, they live in Wuhan. And I also had my bachelor and master study in Wuhan. I learned English and French and then linguistics for my master study. Therefore, to learn different languages is always my passion. That's why I choose teaching Chinese as my profession. So I have been working at the international environment for very long. When I was in Wuhan, I was working at the theater for 2 years. And then I got the opportunity to work in France as a Chinese teacher. And later on, I went back to China for a project for Cirque du Soleil in Hangzhou. That's a city very close to Shanghai. And after that, I came to the Netherlands. I came here because my husband is Dutch. That's why I came here. End of 2019, that's exactly like a few days before the corona outbreak from Wuhan. I traveled from Wuhan to the Netherlands. And in the beginning, it was very difficult for me because I only knew family and friends from my husband's side. But me, myself, I don't know so many people here. Therefore, I tried to connect myself with the city, to search for friends, to learn the language. But unfortunately, like around a week or so, the news starts to tell about corona situation in Wuhan. On one hand, I felt very lucky that I arrived before Corona, but on the other hand, I was also very worried about my family in Wuhan. So the first few weeks was very, very tough because every morning when I woke up, I want to check the news. I want to know what's the number, did it go down? Because nobody know what exactly the situation would go. Therefore, watching the news was the only way that I can connect myself with Wuhan. And after a few weeks, the situation still was not okay, but then I stopped watching news at that time, and I have to tell myself I need to find my own connection with the city. Therefore, I participate, for example, the Tao Cafe. I try to learn Dutch with local people. And I like museum very much, so I went to museum to see different expositions. And I wanted to also find a work that enables me to better integrate in the society. But unfortunately, I worked at home for almost a year, and that was very difficult because my colleagues, they were super nice, but I haven't experienced working from home for so long. Like you face your computer every day, because I came from a very dynamic environment where I face people every day. But during Corona, I can only meet people online through the computer, and that's not a very good experience. So last year, around summertime, like June or July, I decided to resign from the company because the Corona situation from that time in Netherlands was also a little bit better. Everything was open again. So I tell myself I have to step out from the home because I cannot only work with computer and see colleagues a few times a month. And it was also during Corona actually, because the work was not so busy. So I had a little bit time after work to develop something that I want to do myself. So there was a Dutch designer, his name is Stefan Mars, and he worked in China for many times as a guest teacher in different universities in China. And he was very interested in Chinese culture and also Chinese language. So together we made a book about Chinese language. This book is called My Book of China ABC, and this book enables beginners to learn Chinese words in simple way, because the illustrations was very vivid and straightforward. So it tells you already the meaning by the image. And it's very friendly for beginners because the words are easy, images are beautiful, and you can also learn Chinese culture. And a lot of people like to learn, like for example, words like chopsticks, how do you say, lanterns, words like this, the culture words, but also words you find in daily life that maybe you go to Chinese restaurant, you can also use those words. So that was the intention. And after we finished making the book, we went to the Harlem House over there. We presented our book there. I was really happy that I get to know the place through the book, because I didn't know the existence of the place. And through there I knew more people like Femei. So the Space 101 is her project together with the Hospital. And then now I'm teaching Chinese to people from everywhere. I do online class, offline class, but I also work with schools and organizations to give lessons, Chinese language lesson or cultural lesson, and also handwork workshops. It's also because during Corona time, I feel I have to do something by my hand, so that I'm a bit far away from my computer and phones. In the quarantine time, it's so easy, you just spend so long with your computer or your phone. So therefore I recollect my hobby when I was a kid, to do embroideries and Chinese knot, paper cutting, and these small handworks where I can also integrate in my lessons, because a lot of students, they love Chinese culture, or especially folk culture. So so now I'm very happy that like Corona is it's already passed, that I'm able to do a lot of things that I like in Rotterdam. My name is Li Zhou, and this is my story.